Hello and welcome back. We are here another week, and behind the scenes, everything's fallen apart since we last streamed. So we're doing something completely different to where we were last week. At some point, we're probably just going to shoot our cluster and spin it back up. But for now, we are looking at getting a better way to get access into our cluster as we're considering migrating off Google for auth, as they're sending AI our way, and we don't want to have to pay for AI when we're not really using it. So
yeah, the Google is twice as expensive as Microsoft.
Yeah, so
like it's crazy.
It's been a couple of years. We're looking at how to make things cheaper to potentially spend more money by scaling wider, but you got to go reduce costs before increasing it, at least. But today we are looking at Boundary. I don't know. Do you want to do a little recap of what Boundary is? As I know it's not really a particularly used HashiCorp tool, or one of the newest ones.
I suppose I don't know how you've been watching the streams, but the issue I've been having recently is my SSH key that I'm storing on pass. That whole agent stuff is not really working too great. And there's the question of kind of how do the three of us authenticate into our servers without having each server have 3 keys for all of us? And then what happens if, we've all got multiple devices, so actually do we need to either do the bad thing of having each have 1 key, or do we need to load onto these servers multiple keys for multiple devices? And that all becomes a hell of a thing. And also the way authentication works, because GCP is tied to our Google account users, which means if Google decided to just not support small businesses with authentication servers anymore, don't know why they would, but if they decide to do that, we would just lose access to these boxes.
I feel like my SSH keys is a kind of like a file system that's got out of hand. I always go like, oh, I'll fix it and organize it one day. I'll have different keys for different workloads, set up the files to track them. It always just results in that one key that lives on the server on my box being plugged into whatever I want to connect to.
Yep. And it should be per your local machine, you have a key. I think that makes sense. But then I guess it's the blast radius if that key ever leaks. So
yeah, I haven't rotated an SSH. I think I rotated it maybe last year, but it's not something is actively on my list to do.
I rotate my SSH keys when I forget to back them up and wipe my machine, because that's the force rotation.
Yeah, destroy everything. I'm gonna flash an old laptop, so maybe I'll do some new stuff with it. I'll get some new SSH keys at that point.
Yes, I suppose the way the Boundary lives into that world is the authentication runs through Boundary. So Boundary authenticates to the server. You can do pure SSH. You can use some of the Vault dynamic stuff. You can do a whole host of fancy ways of authenticating the servers. And then the end user just authenticates with Boundary. So we don't have the issue recently where my system's been weird and I can't log into the boxes. It's all just Boundary. And then you can use things like transparent session, which means you don't even need to think about authenticating the box. You type SSH box name and you authenticate into a server. And that's why on Boundary.
Yeah, when we get that up and running, we'll definitely show that off, because it is it's seamless. Yeah, you would never, if someone didn't tell you were using agent injection at that point, you would never know.
Yep. DNS, it's a remarkable thing. It does, though, very much not work with Cloudflare, which is how we log into our game servers. So that's going to be fun to figure out.
That's where we fixed console, right? And we use console for that instead.
Yeah, this has always been a thought of like, Cloudflare is cool, but I would rather not use that. Okay. And with that, Boundary. I haven't thought a crazy amount how we're going to do this. So we need to set up authentication so we can log into Boundary. We need to set up an org so we can start registering the hosts. Probably the org is the thing to set up first. because everything kind of, well, we've got the global org, which is where authentication will live, but everything else lives kind of within the organ projects.
I guess from a start point, because we're looking at tearing down our main server and rebuilding that at some point, as things have just got very out of line. There's a few critical parts in that we want to fix. I think, what are the authentication options that we have into Boundary?
So you have 3 options. You have password, OIDC, and LDAP, which essentially means you can use any service to log into it. This is a pre-vault system. Sorry, this should be thought of as a pre-vault system. I kind of want to move away from Vault to authenticate things as well, if we can, just because Vault's for machines, not for people, I think is quite a good way of thinking about it.
Do you want to try and set up LDAP, or would you want to? I guess that would make more
LDAP.
sense. Would LDAP not tie into Entra ID? I always think as AD is just another LDAP.
We can try if you want.
If OIDC is easier into Microsoft, I don't know.
I mean, I will have to look at a guide, whatever I'm doing. But sure, let's set up. You've put me on the back foot now. Let me find my Entra system.
I'm ready just to throw curveballs all off.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to fly. Yeah, let's just jump onto Microsoft. Okay. Here, and actually, I think I'm a lot happier sharing this than Google. I don't know, than the Google Workspace. I don't know why. I know why, because this is just for what we're doing here, whereas Google has other shit.
This has got a limited scope at the moment.
Yeah, so I assume we create an app. Oh no, yeah, it's enterprise app is how we created the Cloudflare one. I don't know in here how you set up LDAP.
I'm curious. I'm gonna have a look, see if
Oh, no, we're not doing one time. Create an app. Yeah, because Entra is Entra apps.
apparently you can add Boundary from the gallery. Entra Admin Center sets browse Entra apps, new application. There should be Boundary.
It's really funny. The Cloudflare one is like, do not click the create. Do not use this app. Just create your own. Because I think ostensibly it is a redirect.
Yeah, wait for a few seconds for the app to be added into your tenant, and then we can configure SSO. Apparently, sign in back into the admin center where you are, browse Entra ID, apps, HashiCorp Boundary, single sign-on, and perform the following steps below.
So that's going to be OIDC, I assume.
I think so. Yes, that's OpenID.
Okay. As much as that would be fun to just click go for Boundary, I think I'm going to create my own app.
That's fine.
The one thing I don't know is the Boundary redirect.
I can probably grab that out of here. Let me see. You will need .well-known OpenID configuration that will come out of your.
Is that in the Boundary config?
That's in the Boundary config under auth methods, new auth method. To get the one to redirect into Entra. So was it you want the OpenID?
Yeah, because this is saying we have to define the issue URL. Well, I shouldn't have to define that. Oh, that wasn't happy.
HashiCorp cluster URL, and it's just 3000 apparently. And then configure. You need new client secrets. It doesn't look like...
I get them when I...
Yeah, it doesn't look like Entra wants a specific address. Just wants our cluster address, boundary cluster address.
So that is the redirect URL then. Okay. I mean, that's fine. I mean, we can... Oh yeah, that's just /auth. Cool. So that's the app registered. That's the redirect registered. And then if I go all applications, so we've now got boundary, and we can add logos and stuff for all this stuff as well.
Oh,
Don't know how much this stuff's private. The next thing I need to do is definitely private. So I'm going to move this off the screen. And probably this one as well, because it's this client secret field. Maybe should be setting this up through code so I can hide this stuff. Okay, client ID is that one. Signing algorithms, they're optional. API URL prefix. This is less useful than I was expecting.
The bits that we apparently have to get a name, description. Post OpenID connect metadata document into the issuer field. Which you've copied from the Entra page and exclude the .well-known bit. And then it just wants client ID, client secrets.
No, it did actually. Okay, I'm going to change what I did because as much as it's funny to just do this one, I did see the docs with the pure docs said just click the boundary button. How do I delete this?
Go into the Azure CLI and remove. I don't know. It's been a while since
Azure CLI.
Delete application has moved to properties.
Okay. That makes sense.
It didn't used to be there.
That is I don't know how Azure works.
There was a little warning message at the bottom of the thing that was just a trash bin saying move to properties.
Oh, okay. I did not see that.
That's all right. That's why was it the 4 eyes programming that people go for?
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, so that's boundary set up. So now app registration, all locations. Oh, I need to delete this one as well. That was just there. Okay. Oh, then it's still under. Oh, this is completely different. Okay, so it's still under here. I've then got single sign-on. Okay, go to application, which is here. Then click authorization. Boundary address.
I wonder what that'll be.
Let's put that in.
You probably want that V1.
No, delete. Oh yeah. Definitely voice programming today. Front channel logout URL. I didn't realize anything used 3000 on the HTTP boundary.
Oh, I check what the ports are. Some of them change between the.
Yeah, it's like for the logout URL, it's suggesting 3000. Save. Then certificates and secrets. This is the one thing I don't show people.
Okay, I want to have everyone log into our cluster.
One thing about Entra is all these values expire, so we just got to be a little bit careful about because when they expire, we'll lose access to everything.
Oh yeah.
Boundary's good. Look, it's starred for secret.
Oh, nice.
Okay, and then you also need to construct the application issuer URL, which is this one. And then so I go within. Oh, okay. You're talking about SAML. You're talking about LDAP. There's SAML here. So on this page, if I click endpoints, I have this nice long list of endpoints, and I need the OpenID Connect metadata document, which is this one.
You can use SAML. SAML auth is sometimes a lazy way to get two-factor authentication auth into things that don't necessarily support it or want you to pay additional money for it. So it's because you can set up SAML authentication, and
Yep.
the SAML authentication process can trigger a two-factor authentication, and that's completely external to the system that you're logging into. So the system that you're authoring into isn't technically two-factor, but you force two-factor for authentication. So it means you don't have to worry about configuring it in the machine. And a lot of systems will put 2FA behind an enterprise licensing. Maximum age.
I still don't know what this API
Prefix URL is.
Okay, I found the part of the guide that's telling me how to set up Azure, how to set up Boundary. OS 256.
An API URL prefix.
Is set to the Boundary cluster URL.
Yeah. The callback URLs, Boundary cluster.
Okay, and then I can click save. And that should be...
Yeah, the success at the bottom.
Yeah, that should be that logged in.
Do you have a Boundary client locally on the machine?
No. But I can incognito. No, this is still the same password. Okay. Oh, it's inactive.
Public,
why
I
is
guess.
there? Oh, full automatic cannot be converted to valid provider. Cannot create provider. Oh, it should not match the issue returned by provider expected. Got. Oh, God damn you. They'll strip this off, not / this off. So I need to edit this.
Why?
Well, at least the error message was clean.
Yeah.
Okay. Public. That worked. make primary. Yes. Okay. That should now be the correct way of logging in. So now I go boundary login. Enter, sign in. Neither of them are correct. Good one, Microsoft. Good. I say good one, Microsoft. This is Chrome. No, actually, that was Windows Hello trying to log me in, but that's fine. So I'm now logged in. Oh, I now can log in, I suppose.
Nice.
Let's just log out and log back in.
Do we have anything bound to this, or is it just?
No, I literally have no access. I just wanted to log in. So now I can sign out, and then I can sign in as the admin. And now if I go users, I can see my user.
Nice.
But my name is some random string. Well, yeah.
That's your UUID.
No, this will be a boundary thing, I reckon. Because it looks like this is the boundary user which has these accounts connected to it.
Fair enough.
So yeah. And then I don't know how we can get roles, but I'll manage groups.
That sounds like a Terraform thing if ever I saw one.
Well, you can do claim scope and claim mapping, which quite a lot of times will.
Depends how the mappings work, what they map to you. Yeah, you can, I guess, the kind of, well, the way it works in Vault, and I assume it'll work fairly similarly in Boundary, although they are different. But claim mappings you can map to roles. But I wonder if with Entra, I wonder if it will pull the groups through from Entra as well. I guess that comes in. Yeah, that will normally come in OI. When you OIDC into Entra, you normally get the groups in your bound claims, and then you can map roles of bound.
Yeah,
claims.
so it looks like you can create a managed group with the following criteria, and then that will bind through. I was just trying to see if I had to set up like user claims or anything. Linking out any accounts with an OIDC provider. Oh, that's cool. You can, if you just read your account ID, it'll give you all your like.
I think about groups and stuff like that.
Yeah, it'll like give you your user info claim, which is incredible because most things, this information is really hard to find.
What, you want to bind to something in this information that's been passed across through your message, but you don't know what it is?
Yeah, you've got two systems talking to each other and you can't see anything about their communication system.
I remember doing some weird fudging things for Kubernetes JWT tokens and essentially faking them, getting the tricking, is it the kubectl to sign them and then sending them off with custom fields, the weird things.
Yeah. Sounds about right. I just wanted to see if we needed to do group stuff. I suppose I could download Boundary and run this command and see what happens.
I would be careful about printing out all of your
yeah,
OADC.
maybe let's not. Maybe that's not a stream thing.
I know you were sort of like saying earlier you're happy to be a bit faster and looser with Entra because there's less tied to it, but maybe printing the identities immediately.
Hey, here's my account you can mess with. Yeah. I suppose, I mean, we've already done that. We're going to import a lot. Let's just make some stuff.
That's what I'd say, yeah.
No, this is going to be dev cost ops. This is luckily quite easy to import as well. So we've now got an org. And then what's interesting is within orgs, you can also set up auth roles, groups, users. Like at every level you can kind of set all that stuff up.
I guess we never really touched on this. We're just doing this through HCP. We're not self-managing Boundary. You can spin this up yourself, and it's essentially a Postgres-based database in the front end. But we have had enough troubles with state, and it's not particularly expensive in HCP.
Yeah, the issue we've got is, where do you run Postgres? Because you don't really want to lose all this information. So only if you're holding like private keys that let you get into your servers, and this is the only place with them, losing that means you lose access to your servers. And also, it's the day zero. It's the kind of the secret zero problem. Like, how do you configure your server if that server has the system that lets you configure your server on it?
I don't want to talk about day zero and secrets anymore. I've got endless loops in a client where essentially only an HLM is backing my solution, and my solution is meant to provide identity. But where do I put the identity for the server that's meant to run the identity solution to connect to the HSM, and just going in very weird loops?
You happy if I call the project platform? We can call it something fancy if you'd rather.
I don't think we really have any like fun naming conventions for this. I know for our Packer channels we had like live, stage, and something else. And so they were kind of film race, but no, platform's just fine for this.
We've never had to name our platform. Cool. So that is all the way down. So we're now on the base level. So you have, it's a shame there's no like diagrams for this, but you have orgs. Oh yeah, gosh, you set aliases and workers. Yeah, okay. So the org is dev cost ops. Within that org, you've got projects. Projects is platform. If we want to do all the things we can. And then within a platform, you have targets. So this is where we'd go. This is going to be an SSH connection, and this is going to be main server. SSH, the address of the main server is
10.2.0.6.
But that's internal.
Yes.
How are we talking to the server?
Through an agent, no. I guess we do have. We SSH normally through Cloudflare.
We do SSH through Cloudflare. Nothing is stopping us from doing just open, like you can connect to it via the internet, because that's how we're doing through the like normal Nomad addresses. There's just firewalls. So we could just firewall it.
Yeah, I guess it's probably that sort of. If we were doing this at an enterprise level, you can run a boundary agent that's inside out, right?
Yeah, but boundary workers are generally inside. Well, yeah, boundary workers can be inside out.
Which would be the kind of secure way to do it, but I don't want to have another node just for boundaries. I think for our purposes, firewalling it is fine. We don't have any. If someone manages to brute force into one of our servers via SSH, it's not a huge amount they can do that's detrimental to us, our platform. Like they can mess with our
they can break up
saves, which would be annoying. But
the worst thing they could probably do is get the creds to spin up more servers.
Yes,
but like, so. And this is one of those things that you can, that like through Terraform or whatever system which spins up these servers. I suppose Boundary can scan, I think, these like Google Cloud and stuff.
The only way that we've ever really done it before is have Terraform build a node and register that into Boundary at that point.
I quite like that. If your
whole estate is infrastructure as code, why not just get it to put it in directly? I think we'll see more of that.
Even the ones that aren't, like some of ours are spun up via Nomad. But it's still just an application that runs CLI commands. It would just be a case of running an extra CLI command to spin up to get this set up. This is something that I don't want to do on stream.
That's fine.
Do you want to log into the box and load in an SSH cred into it?
Why do you want? I guess we just need a public key in known host, and why do you?
And then a private one. I mean, I can, like you. I need to create.
Yeah, I'll log into the box and
Yeah. So I make a cred source. Well, this is going to be main. Oh no, this is cred store. So this is going to be GCP servers, and then I can make a cred, new cred.
Root user.
Yeah. Username and key pair. Yeah. So annoyingly, it won't just let me download a SSH key.
Is it? Oh, is it just? Where's root's SSH config live? So normally lives in your home for your regular use, but root doesn't have a home.
I don't know. You shouldn't SSH into root. You should SSH into users that can SSH into root.
A boundary user.
Yeah, just make a boundary user. Add it to the sudoers file. Well, I mean, if we can log into the box, we can then think about how we can do better things. So you're just going to call the user boundary?
Yeah, why
not?
I need to add this all to.
Well, this becomes where having like multiple Packer images work. One that all it does is set up this. Though granted, user data script for this stuff works just as well, because then in Terraform you can generate the SSH on the fly. At one point when I was messing boundary, I had some really nice code that like per server created a new SSH key, loaded into user data scripts, loaded into boundary cred store, and then like linked everything together. It's probably going to be easier for me to create a private key, isn't it, and send you the public version.
Yeah.
Create SSH key. I can never remember how to set up SSH keys.
It's SSH keygen.
Does it matter what type of thing?
I don't think so.
You can use the ED1, can't you?
Oh, God, it's been ages since I've set up a SSH actually. Having to make the .ssh file.
Okay. Where I can send you keys. I'll just DM it to you. But I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. It's a public key.
Yeah, I mean, you can paste it on stream and anyone else can have it. They can give us access to their servers.
The next one, yeah. Next one is the important one. Cool. So that is a cred generated. And then if I go into target, add application creds, add that one, add inject creds. Okay. Next thing I need to do will be download Boundary. Boundary desktop. The one thing that's actually got like a proper desktop installer. Windows AMD 64. Oh, tell I'm using Cloudflare. I forget Boundary doesn't come with an installer. It's just like, here's the files you need.
Can you remember what recursive churning is? The capital.
Dash capital R.
Yeah.
I think.
I was trying to do it at least. Yeah, I did it with lowercase r and. Cool.
Nope. Oh yeah, I don't actually have any access. Okay, so I've logged into my user, but user has no access. The next thing to do would be to go in here. Oh, no, I need to create a group. Let's just call it admin. Oh no, groups are doing it's role. Well, let's just add me to this group.
You're going to go through all the layers before we get there.
Oh, there's a global admin role. Yeah, star, cool. Manage, add principals. I want to make the admin group. Okay, so my user should now have more access. No.
Do you need to relog because the claim mapping, if it's OIDC, may not work? I think it only maps on login.
No, I did it on.
Or did you boundary side?
I did a boundary side.
Mapping?
So if I go role, global admin role. Okay, let's. There's also a level that has to be at this level.
So many layers.
Oh, it's trying to be. It's like, what level can you see? Yeah. Okay. So I'm now admin here, so I can now see my server. Have you added the key?
I think so.
So now if I click connect, I'm going to get a timeout. Oh.
I did it well. You can't. I don't think you can do anything on there.
No, this is.
Oh.
It created the session, but it shouldn't work because the connection to the server isn't a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's end that. That was more like, hey, it's fine, than I was expecting.
I was expecting it could not connect to VM.
Yeah. Okay, so the next step is, and I may do this in code, is we got these, is creating a is creating a SH1 that goes to let's boundary connection or boundary agent connections.
Yeah.
I don't suppose you could find out what the IPs would likely be
for the boundary servers.
And this is like not that great because it means anyone that uses HTTP boundary would be able to connect to a server, but it's better than nothing. And this is, oh wow, I like properly just deleted everything, didn't I? Yeah, I need to download the repo.
Do we have a HashiCorp virtual network?
No, they're really expensive.
Yeah, the thing that's popping up initially is like for IPs behind the public URL, access HTTP clusters and AWS IPCR ranges of the cloud provider region your HVN is in will be used.
Cool. Not
yeah,
very useful.
Do we know where our boundary cluster is hosted? Is it US East 1?
Yeah, I assume everything's there.
I can give you the side of range of US East 1 if you want.
That's when he's showing. Yeah, nothing's telling me where this is posted.
Could try to dig on the URL or not.
Well, but it's where the workers are, not
Yeah.
necessarily because we've got these two workers, which kind of do have supposedly an IP address, but I don't know how often those change. Yeah, you can want to dig on these probably, but yeah.
I guess maybe run a dig on that one, and then it will tell us which AWS region it's hosted in. Might be a way to do
that. Dig.
Don't need the port. And you don't have dig. You can do an NS lookup. It will get you the same information. Oh well. I didn't realize dig didn't come as standard.
Not in Ubuntu. None of them do. It's funny how like you try and do network management. It's like, oh, got no information.
Yeah.
These three, I assume.
3.33. Oh, I've lost my ranges. Where? We can maybe move the HTTP to Azure and then have a smaller address range.
Slowly migrate everything to Azure.
Interesting.
This is why the like workers are good, because you then know your IP.
3.2. It's not actually in any of the. Maybe it's -26. Yeah, US East. There's multiple US East ones. I think that would come on. Yeah. Three. Yeah, it's in one of the US Eastern on the CloudFront service, though, it looks like.
No, it's proxy, so.
Yeah, 3.231-.2.0/25, I think. That seems a little bit.
For now, I think we just open it up and we can worry about looking it down. Because we've got, I think, debug server, if I remember correctly, does just open it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, debug server. So I can just change a value. And I can just change a variable. Oh, well, that's allowed IP sources, which again is a variable. So if I just go app.terraform, I hate the fact when you log in for a while, you get the unauthorized screen and it restarts and it's fine. Anyway, GCP base, variables. Okay. So add a variable. I want allowed IP sources. Oh no, allowed IP sources is fine. I want that one. HCL true. Is that how you do a Boolean? I assume so.
I think so.
It'll either work or fail.
It's been a while since I've messed with Booleans. So the true tends to work across most platforms. Just set it to 1.
I feel that won't work. This has worked because it's now enabling server debug, which enables the tag. So this should tag the boxes, and then we should be able to SSH from wherever. Which, it's one of those things of like, it's probably fine. Like SSH is quite a hearty system.
It's interesting though for like a distributed cloud. If you get a full distributed network set up that's multi-cloud, you would end up with a lot of boundary workers if you want to do the worker side.
Yeah.
But I guess you could have a boundary worker in one cloud and then allow network access from that to another one, because that would give that a more static IP.
Yeah, and you could even then have like 3 or 4 workers that are in that system that are just up and known. So there's some resilience within workers.
Yeah, they don't actually have to be in all the clouds.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what how many clouds you want to be in. So that should now give me access. So if I click connect, and then I go shell, I'm in.
You should be able to do nothing as the user. So I didn't set a password, but it doesn't have sudo access.
If you don't, it's one of those things. If you don't set no password, you can't then even try for sudo. And then we were talking about transparent sessions. Oh no, it's a CLI thing. It's a CLI tool.
It's if you're. Oh god, it's been so long since I've messed with it. Yeah, I think you need the CLI because you needed to run a command to get it to work.
Oh, I also need some aliases and stuff. Client agent. Yeah. Need to set up the client agent and stuff. I don't know if I can just. No, that's. No. I mean, that is boundary up. Like one of the benefits of boundary is at a high level, it is that simple of a tool. It just works.
Yeah. I put a text file on the server if you wanted to prove that it was connected to something that is live.
Connect. I mean, we don't transplant sessions, but I can prove some of the magic. So in PowerShell, I'm SSHing to a local host with a port. And then, well, I need to accept fingerprints. Oops. Can we now play capture the flag? Oh, hello. Oh, God.
I'm just trying to think if I actually said it correct.
Good thing it's proof that it's done correctly because you spelled proof wrong.
Perfect.
I think I'm also running SH instead of bash.
Bin hash. You've been
There we
messing
go.
around Kubernetes pods a little bit too much. You should be able to see your own public key as well on the .ssh if you looked a bit further. LSSI.
Oh my God. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to count that.
Just authorized clue. Wow. I'm glad my proof is just contagious with the spelling today.
I can see some things. I can see Nomad's up. I am actually surprised how quick this is running compared to when we've run it through Cloudflare. I always felt things took a little bit longer than maybe they should. So though that's probably network hops on a slow server because we're trying to run SSH on the server for the thing that we're doing stuff on.
Yeah. Nobody's back up. There's something weird going on with that cluster. Something's intermittently killing it. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the next steps is get what we've done into Terraform and then look at how we can improve the boundary system. But
yeah,
at a base level, that is boundary.
Totally things up. But well, in that case, I guess we'll say thank you for watching. Give us a follow on Twitch, a like and subscribe on YouTube. And we will catch you next week where we will continue this project and slowly making things more and more production ready, wider system, and hopefully make our lives easier with this one, which is nice. A lot of the stuff seems to have made it more complicated recently. So.
Gotta easy. Gotta make things easy sometimes.
Yes. Cool. Anyway, see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.